Welcome to the Defy podcast. I'm J.R. Glimp. That is Thomas Stevens. How's it going today, Pooh?
Man, what's good? Doing all right. So glad I'm off tomorrow, but it's definitely good to be back. How are you, brother?
Man, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, it reminds me of, I remember when I was a kid, my dad was walking around and some dudes was working on the house. And he's like,
Hmm.
yo, why y'all working on the fourth? And the dude said, shoot, we on the job on the fifth and the sixth. We got work.
That's funny.
Right.
Yeah,
So
right.
I'm glad I'm off too. I guess everybody don't. So
That's true. That's true.
yeah, I needed it. Yeah, man. How you been? Welcome back.
Man, it's been well, man. Just getting how I live, brother. What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. Good. Just getting closer to the season. Ready for it. Miss Al. Shout out to
Yeah.
Al.
Yeah, what up, Al? Yeah.
Yeah, man. But we good, man. Yeah, just all forms of football season. So high school,
Right.
college, pro. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. You that kid ready to report?
Yeah, man. I just got off the phone with him today, man.
Mm,
He was like, yeah, man, mom asked me. That I want to just stay at home and live off her and be a deadbeat, or am I
word.
ready to go? He was like, damn, man, I'm ready to go, man.
I know he ready to go after hearing that.
Yeah, she put it to him. Yeah, yeah, that was wicked how
Right.
she put it to him.
Right.
But I appreciate that. That was all right.
Yeah, man. Well, all the best of that kid. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, man. Cool, man. Well, welcome back to the Firelight Podcast, everybody. Today we will be well leading up to the season. We will be previewing East Division, and today we'll start off with the AFC East. So, um, after I thought about it, I said we should have started off with the AFC North and the NFC North,
Hmm.
but we'll get to them.
Yeah,
We'll start off with Al's two divisions and just pop cash code shit about the Jets and the Cowboys.
for sure.
So today we'll start off with the AFC East and just run through each team's notable additions, losses, and their draft picks, and to figure out what order these teams will finish. So, yeah, man, starting with the first, I want to ask you, man, since we will start off with the AFC East, what are your thoughts on the Minka Fitzpatrick and Jalen Ramsey trade?
I think it was a push to
Yeah.
me. I think it was a push. However, the Jonnu Smith in that
Mhm.
completely give the Steelers the win. But
Yeah.
Jonnu still's a stud.
Yeah.
Run fast, jump high. He's a stud.
Yeah.
And to get that in the deal was, I mean, that was playing with the church's money at that point.
Right. Yeah. I think player for player, Minka and Jalen are pretty close.
Hmm.
I think Jalen plays more premium position,
Hmm.
but I don't think any defense got better from
Right.
those two. No, but I agree. I think Johnny Smith kind of pushes it over the top for
Hmm.
Pittsburgh. So should be fun. If the Steelers don't win, at least they'll be interesting.
Correct.
And that they will be. So, but yeah, man. So starting off with the Buffalo Bills,
Okay.
um, and we'll go in alphabetical order. So, starting off with Buffalo, man. Finished last year. They losing the AFC Championship to Kansas City again.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, their notable additions: um, Joey Bosa from the
Hmm.
Chargers, Elijah Moore, wide receiver from Cleveland,
Hmm.
Dane Jackson. They brought him back, cornerback. He spent a year in Carolina,
Hmm.
and they brought him back. Larry Ogunjobi from Pittsburgh,
Hmm.
although he'll be suspended for the first four games
Hmm.
for PED violation. Um, Michael Heck from the Rams, edge rusher.
Hmm.
and Josh Palmer, receiver from the Chargers. So,
Mm,
um,
mm,
you know, I guess name recognition, of course, Bosa,
yeah,
but he can't stay healthy. So if he
can't
can,
stay
that'd be a
healthy.
huge boost for them.
Right.
I like Ogunjobi to show up the line some when
Hmm.
he's back. Elijah Moore adds speed. Now, what are your thoughts
Hmm.
on what are your thoughts on their additions?
I agree. I agree. Elijah Moore with speed. Josh Palmer gives them size and speed. Bosa, like you said, I mean, if he can stay healthy, I didn't even realize that he had that good of a season last year because every time I saw the Chargers play, he wasn't playing.
All right, I think he missed
So,
7 games. I think.
so, but he still made the Pro Bowl,
Oh, did he?
So yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
I
Pro
was
Bowl
like,
they be scraping
yeah,
the bottom of the
it's
barrel
watered
with Pro
down. Yeah,
Bowls now.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
watered down. But yeah, he had a pretty good season, but he's definitely not the Bosa of old. They paid him a
yeah,
lot of money.
right,
Um, I mean, to me, we just named a bunch of names.
right.
A bunch of names. I do think Keon Coleman is gonna. I think he's gonna come out like wildfire this year. I think he's gonna be really good this year. Last year was a learning curve for him, and I think Keon's gonna be good.
Cool. So their losses, they only lost wide receiver Mac Hollins and Will Clapp.
Mhm.
So nothing big there.
Yeah, good
Um,
blocking.
yeah,
Hollis is a great blocker,
right.
but
Um, but replaceable.
yeah,
But yeah, want to get into guys you think that other than Keon Coleman that you mentioned, anybody else you think will break out for them this year?
I think Kincaid's gonna be good again. The last what
Yeah,
7 games of the season, he put up really good numbers.
right.
I don't know. I think maybe he was hurt beginning of the year. I'm not sure,
I
but
think
I
so.
know his production definitely increased near the bottom half of the season.
Mhm.
Let me think of everybody else, man. Of course, they're decent at every position because they got rid of that bomb Elam. I hate to call him a bomb, man, but he
Killers
can't
the bomb.
cover.
Yeah.
He can't cover, man. He had two what the 6 and a 7 round pick come in and beat him out. Harris at first round pick, but
Hmm.
they're pretty solid all over the field. They definitely need pass rush. If they can get it from Joey, that'll definitely get them a huge boost. But someone to make a huge jump, man, and like I said, I'm gonna hang my hat on definitely Keon
Yeah.
and Kincaid.
Okay.
I'm expecting for Cook to be Cook. As long as they
Yeah.
pay him and get him in there. Yeah.
Always. Yeah. Their draft picks, like you mentioned, cornerback Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky,
Mm, yeah.
T.J. Sanders from South Carolina, D lineman, Deion Walker, D lineman from Kentucky. Um,
Hmm.
Another big names, Jordan Hancock from Ohio State.
Hmm.
Um, Anybody you think can come in and contribute right away?
I think Harrison will come in.
Mm,
I think he's gonna come in and start.
yeah.
If I mean the other, they really had two good corners though, but they were really playing well until Elam had to come in, and I can't remember who that was, but they was beating him like a drum.
Mm,
Um, he just he just doesn't have the speed and the wiggle to
yeah.
stay with anyone. But Harrison might come in and he may be the slot guy. If not, he'll definitely start. So I'm looking for him to come in and contribute right away.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. Of course, with Josh Allen there, they've always, got a shot against
Yeah,
anybody.
always in contention, definitely.
Yeah. So that'll be another strong season for them. Moving on to the Dolphins, Miami. Um, they brought in, of course, Minka in the trade. James Daniels from Pittsburgh, the guard, coming off an Achilles injury, former Bear as well. But one of the better guards in the league when healthy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Zach Wilson, your boy,
Mm,
backup Tua.
mm,
um, Nick Westbrook Akine from Tennessee, wide receiver.
yeah. I like him.
A couple more safeties: Efiatu Melifanu, Ashton Davis, two safeties, Detroit and the Jets. Another former Bear, Larry Borum,
Mm,
offensive tackle, and another
mm,
former Steeler, Artie Burns, at cornerback,
mm.
and former Bear as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, other than Minka and Daniels, I guess if he's healthy, um, I mean, good thing they brought in Minka because to count on Melifonwu and Davis,
Hmm.
that's going to be rough sledding.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, anybody stick out other than Minka? We talked about him already.
I like Westbrook. What is it? Westbrook
Akene,
Ikline or something like
yeah,
that? Akine.
Akene, yeah,
But he's man, he's strong. He's strong,
yeah,
he fast, good hands, and he's about to come into a system where he's about to be wide open,
yeah,
as in the it's a high octane offense.
right.
So they're gonna be up and down the field. McDaniel's gonna scheme different things. So he's definitely gonna be open, and I'm expecting a really good year for him.
Yeah, and better quarterback play than he had in
Correct.
Tennessee. So yeah.
Correct.
Their losses, they lost Javon Holland, safety, to the Giants.
Mm,
Robert Jones, offensive guard, to Dallas, and Raheem Mostert.
mm.
Mostert went to the
To the
Raiders.
Raiders. Yeah, he went
Yeah,
to the Raiders.
still one of the fastest backs in the league.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, those are pretty solid starters.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I don't know why they let Holland go though. I don't understand that.
their cap situation is hell.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they
Okay.
couldn't really sign,
Okay.
to big money.
Oh yeah, because they paying both receivers and they
Tua,
paying Tua.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and they had Jalen Ramsey, so
Yeah.
that
Okay.
money, so they
Yeah.
couldn't afford. That's why they traded Johnny Smith because they couldn't afford him.
Mm.
So um, I might get it. So better pay off.
They brought in what's the kid name? What's that kid name? Walker Smith. Damn it.
Who's
The tight end.
Oh, Darren Waller.
Darren Waller. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, he came out of retirement. If he's, I mean,
If he's anything close to what he
right. I don't think they
was,
ask him for 100 catches and
hmm
800 yards, but I mean, if they
hmm
get 40 catches and 450
yeah,
yards, I'll take that. I'm sure they would.
hmm
So it depends on one, how his body's holding it up.
right.
Two, if he's really interested in playing.
And playing football, right? Because
Right.
he's still under 30, I think.
He's bad, right around there.
Yeah, he's still under 30, and we know he's a big, strong, fast guy.
Right.
So, like you say, if he wants to play
Right.
football, because we know they had to work him out before they even did that. They know he can run. They know he's
Right.
still agile and fluid. So, I mean, I guess they figure we got something here, you know.
Yeah, and I know his another thing that they say brought him back was his tight ends coach from the Raiders
Mhm.
is now the Dolphins offensive coordinator.
Oh,
So that's where he flourished. So we'll see.
mm,
Um,
mm.
but yeah.
He was a dog with the Giants too, though. Man, he
Yeah.
was running open, badly throwing balls, but
Yeah.
he was doing his thing, you
He
know.
was. Yeah. So, and, a public life coming off that divorce and,
Hmm.
maybe life
And
just got to him.
it was last year. He missed the entire last year.
Hmm.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Enough to get
Yeah.
let
So
his body
maybe,
heal.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a trade off. In the draft, they got Kenneth Grant, defensive lineman from Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
Um, Jonah Savalanea, damn, messed me up. From a guard from Arizona.
Mhm.
Jordan Phillips, D line from Maryland.
Mm.
They got Ollie Gordon, running back from Oklahoma State,
Okay.
um, which 2 years ago he's one of the best backs in the nation.
Mm,
But last year, no offensive line, no weapons. He struggled. So we'll see.
mm.
Anybody you see from Miami taking a jump, breaking out this year?
Um, I think A Chain is going to be a monster. He had a really good year last year as
Yeah.
well. A Chain is going to be he's going to be that guy. Um, I can't think I can't think of man. I'm really the kid the kid Westbrook though. Like I
Hmm.
said, we talked about that. I think he's going to have a really good year.
Yeah.
He's going to be running in the middle, and like I said, he's a fast kid and he's physical.
Yeah.
He's big, fast, strong, and he loves the contact. I'm expecting a really good year out of him. I'm looking for Grant to come in and compete. I want to see what Phillips looks like
After an injury.
after
Yeah.
2 injuries back to back.
Right. Yeah.
So he did something,
It was
and he was out,
Achilles
and then he
and
tore his Achilles last.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm looking. I really like the kid actually.
Me
So
too.
I'm really looking to see what he puts together this year.
Okay. Yeah. On to your our favorite New England Patriots.
Okay.
Um, um, additions that brought in Stephon Diggs from
Mm,
Houston, Harold Landry III from Tennessee,
mm,
Robert Spillane from Vegas, Carlton Davis from Detroit, Morgan Moses from the Jets, Milton Williams from Philly, Mac Hollins, Garrett Bradbury, Josh Dobbs. There were more, but I got tired of typing.
right.
Um, I mean, they had money to spend, of
Bro, they
course.
had a stellar offseason.
Yeah,
Stellar
yeah.
offseason.
Um, I mean, of those names, who stands out? All
Yeah. I mean,
all right,
their D is going to be formidable. We
right.
know what Stephon is. I look
Mm-hmm.
at his workout tapes every day. He looks great.
Mm,
Stephon looks great.
of
We
course.
know Spleen is a tackle machine,
Mm,
150, 160 tackles a year. We know what Melton is. I don't understand one offseason how they could rebuild their entire
yeah.
defense in one offseason.
And with all those names, those might not even be the biggest additions.
Mhm.
The head
Yeah,
coach,
the head coach, right,
right?
right.
Bringing Mike Vrabel back to New England as the head coach. Although I think Mayo should have got more than 1 year,
Yeah,
but I guess they have a chance to bring Vrabel in. You
you
gotta
got to
do it,
pounce on it. You
right?
got to pounce on it, and I know this has nothing to do with football, but that's what I'm saying with the Bulls, with the the GM from Toronto,
Oh yeah,
Israel Donnery, whatever his
yeah,
name. He got canned, and I'm like, what are
mm-hmm.
we waiting on to pounce on him?
Right?
Like, what are we doing? Our front office is incompetent. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, why are we? But anyway, go back. We'll go back to
I mean,
football.
we
But
always say it, but anything, any sport, any occasion, if your guy's there, go get him.
we got to go get him. I'm like, what are
Yeah,
we doing? We got a great GM. He was in one place for like 12, 13, 14, 15 years,
yeah,
and he's really good.
yeah,
You know, let's go pounce on that kid.
yeah,
We
exactly.
done struck out year after year after year. Let's go get somebody that can build something.
Right. Yeah, man.
Let that
Um,
kid go.
yeah, I mean, and one, the culture,
Yeah,
but two, you bring in all these names, you don't want to waste that window.
correct,
So,
correct.
Vrabel's, I mean, he did a great job in Tennessee.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
He's you know.
right. Their losses, they traded Devon Gacho to the Saints. Really good player. I like him. Jacoby Brissett to the Cardinals. Jonathan Jones, cornerback to Washington. Daniel Aquile to the Steelers. David Andrews, they released him, their longtime center. Matt Wilson, Joey Sly, also released. Um, not franchise changers, but solid
Right,
names. Yeah.
right.
Um,
That'll be okay.
yeah. Anybody you see breaking out for them this year?
I like the first round draft pick. I like
Will Campbell.
Henderson. I mean, the second round. I
Second
like the
round, yeah.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, the
we'll
back.
go into their draft. Will
Okay.
Campbell in the first. Travion Henderson in the second.
Yeah, I like Trey.
Yeah, Kyle
Yeah,
Williams,
I like Will
receiver
Campbell.
from Washington State. I love Kyle Williams.
You do? I don't know much
Yeah,
about that. I don't know
yeah.
much about him.
Kind of like a man. I ain't comparing him as a player, but body
Mhm.
type like AB,
Okay.
that kind of receiver.
Twitchy, fast,
Yeah, about 5'10".
hands.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Okay.
Jared Wilson, center from Georgia. Joshua Former, D lineman from Florida State.
Mm.
They drafted a kicker, um,
Hmm.
Andrea Borrega, from Miami. So,
Okay.
um, solid names. I like Will Campbell.
Yeah, yeah. Solid names.
Yeah.
Solid
But
names
yeah,
there.
Travion is a burner.
Travion,
The best
yeah,
pass blocker in the draft from
yeah, he's tough.
running back.
He's tough.
Yeah.
He's tough. I'm expecting a breakout year. Well, I got feeling Diggs gonna be back on par, but I'm expecting a really good year from Douglas,
Oh
the
yeah.
slot receiver. Yeah,
Um.
yeah. I don't forgot his what they call him, Scooter Douglas or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some nickname.
yeah.
Yeah. Powerhouse. Little Bow Wow
Something,
Douglas.
something.
Something. We'll see.
Yeah, Jack Rabbit Douglas. I don't know,
Yeah.
something like
They had
that.
another Jackrabbit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. What do you see from Drake May this year?
We saw him in spots. Couldn't stay
Mm,
healthy. Kid kept risking his life. He can't risk his life
yeah.
and take shots like that. And
When we
he'll
out
get
there
in
young.
there and yeah, he'll start shaking a little bit. Then next thing I'm not seeing him, he's not moving on the sideline.
Mm,
Like I can't believe Drake took that shot. But
mm,
he looked like he looks like he's gonna be promising.
yeah.
I did hear this jerk on fantasy radio and he was going off on Trevor Lawrence, and he's like,
Mm,
"Yeah, we know what Trevor Lawrence is. Drake made last year look better than Trevor Lawrence ever did." And I was like, "Let me turn this off because this guy's out of yeah. Trevor definitely stunk last year, but better than he ever did. I like Dre, but to say Dre's better than him already, I was like, eh. But I
yeah.
think Dre's okay though. He looks like he has. He looks like he has to make up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We look at him, he reads, he extend plays, he can damn it, I lost my train. He can anticipate. He can
Mm,
anticipate throws. We saw that. So he looks like he has it,
yeah.
with the small sample size. He look like he has it.
Yeah. And you know, my only concern, which maybe hopefully for them they fix, is bad offensive line play gives makes a quarterback develop bad habits.
Mm.
So he got to a point last year when he was under so much pressure.
Yeah.
He was bailing out on throws
Bailing
and
out. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
you know, escaping the pocket too early
Yeah.
and too quickly.
Yeah.
So those are fixable, but
Hmm.
drafting Will Campbell in the first round helps.
Right.
So we'll see. um, so our last thing, of course, Al's New York Jets. Notable additions, of course, Justin Fields, quarterback from Pittsburgh. Dag Noddy, D tackle from Kansas City. Brandon Stevens, your cousin from Baltimore. um, Andre
Mm-hmm.
Cisco, the safety. So not a lot, but some good players.
Hmm.
Um, They lost Aaron Rodgers, of course,
Hmm.
Devontae Adams to the Rams, DJ Reed, Ashton Davis, CJ Mosley,
Mm,
and Morgan Moses. Most of those guys are past their prime,
that's true.
but still really productive.
That's
Um,
true.
you know, I'm not sure if Fields is a better quarterback than Rodgers right now,
Hmm.
but he's younger
Hmm.
and a better fit for what they want to do moving forward. Um, in the draft, they got Amar Memba, uh, offensive tackle from Missouri, Mason Taylor, tight end from LSU, Isaiah Thomas, cornerback from Florida State, like him a lot,
Hmm.
Arian Smith, wideout from Georgia, Francisco Marigoa from Miami, and Tyler Barron, edge from Miami. Um, First off, who do you see having a breakout year for the Jets?
I mean, of course, Bimbo is gonna come in
Right.
and he's gonna do
Mhm.
something right away.
Right.
But I'm looking for Taylor to come in and
Mhm.
and do something right away as well. But I really like Smith,
Yeah.
wide receiver, big, fast.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. Is he gonna be able to translate right away? We'll see.
Yeah.
You never know. We'll see.
Yeah. Every Georgia game I watched last year, he was dropping the pass.
He did that.
Yeah. So
He did that.
hopefully he can put it all together. I love
Right.
Isaiah Thomas.
Catch it with his chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just big. I guess the Jets have a type at cornerback.
Hmm.
He's a lot like Sauce. He's a press master.
Okay.
So big, long, tall. Um, Surprised he was there in the third round,
Mm.
but I love him.
Okay.
Um, I think Brees Hall can take another step,
Hmm.
especially with a quarterback like Fields,
Hmm.
who can kind of provide something to the running game.
Yeah, he's gonna have cutback lanes. He's
Right.
definitely gonna have a cutback lane.
And he's a threat.
Yeah, he's a threat. Hmm.
I think Brees Hall can have a big year.
Hmm.
I think Garrett Wilson will have a dip in performance
Mm. Mm.
just because Fields is not going to give you what Rodgers gave you in the passing game.
Hmm.
Now, they might scheme him open a lot,
Hmm.
but just flat out drop back passing, I'm not sure consistently if Fields can
Hmm.
give you that.
Hmm.
Um, I love Justin Fields, but only I think he averaged 111 yards passing per game
Hmm.
last year. So it's up and down.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure if Wilson, of course, Wilson's going to be the one that takes a hit most.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Um, and they just brought in a new head coach,
Hmm.
Aaron Glenn from
Yeah.
Detroit, so a defensive coordinator. So we'll see. Um, I like a lot of the moves they made, though.
I think I think Garrett Wilson gonna have his biggest year up to date.
You think so?
Hmm.
Okay.
And I'm just basing this off of, yeah, they do have chemistry, back years ago, went to college
Mm-hmm.
together.
Right.
But I'm basing this off of the first year we brought DJ Moore in.
Mm-hmm.
He had his biggest year with Fields,
Yeah.
1,360 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So he if he has a guy, he can get it to the guy. Like
Yeah.
you say, that comes with scheming open, but he'll give it up and get a guy a chance. So I
Yeah.
think I think he's gonna have his best year today.
Which is probably mean if he does, that means that Fields is going to have his best year probably.
Mm.
So we'll see. Um, I wish Fields nothing but the best.
Right,
I hope
right.
he has a great year.
And that's
Um,
crazy. I'm just thinking about that because DJ Moore had 1,300 yards receiving, and I think Fields might have thrown for 2,700 yards. So that kid
Wow.
almost had half. That's
Yeah.
crazy to one guy.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So we'll see. And hopefully they let Fields be Fields.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, man. So before we go, what's your predicted order of finish in the division? Buffalo, Miami, Jets, and Patriots. Now, how many in the playoffs?
Mm. I'm gonna go two in the offs. You know, one in a possible. Since you was talking about spades
All
earlier,
right.
I'm gonna use the spades
Right.
reference. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Of course, the Buffalo Bills.
Mm,
Um, but I'm gonna go a close second to the New England Patriots. I
okay.
think the New England Patriots are gonna make the leap. But I do think that the Jets are gonna be vulnerable. But I think in the cellar, I think it's gonna be the Dolphins. I just don't think that they D gonna be able to do a lot.
Mm,
In the secondary. They drafted they brought in Pork Chop last year. We'll see what Phillips can do.
mm,
So we'll be able to see if they get to the passer, but I don't think they were able to stop the run.
right.
They I don't know if they did enough to solidify their defense.
Okay.
So I mean, I think they're probably gonna be in the cellar.
So if that
Um,
happens, do you think they move on from Mike McDaniel?
that's t- but so he has this label
Mm,
as one of the brightest minds in football,
mm-hmm.
in which I believe.
Yeah.
I do believe, but he's not really getting what he needs to get on the other side of the football. So
Right.
is that his issue?
She the head coach, yes.
He the head coach. Yeah, he the head coach. I mean, will
Yeah.
we blame him? It's either he's gonna get the blame or the general manager.
Right.
Um, we'll probably see one of them go.
Yeah. And I say this all the time, like some guys are meant to be coordinators and not head coaches.
Mm,
And I think Mike McDaniel might be one of those guys. We can
mm,
focus on the offense, it's great.
mm,
But to manage 53 guys
mm,
week in and week out, I'm not sure he's great at that.
mm.
So we'll see. I like him, but I'm not sure if
Yeah,
he's not just a great coordinator, not a
I
great head
I
coach.
like him too. The In that division, of course, Buffalo is going to be a juggernaut offensively, but the two teams you're not going to want to play defensively are the Jets and the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
They're going to be bullies and hard nosed, and
right.
you're going to be in for a long, long game.
I agree.
With those two. So, but I definitely see Miami finishing in the cellar.
Okay. All right. Well, go, man. That's one down, seven to go. And then we'll move on to our season previews and on to the season. So
Yes, sir.
thank you, sir. Anything you want to get off your chest, a pardon shot before we go?
Man, I just want to say I'm dropping off my oldest to Wofford on Sunday, where
Ooh,
he's gonna begin his football, his collegiate academic career, the next phase, the next step for him, and I can't wait, man. I'm so excited.
me too, man.
Go
Happy for you.
Terriers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. For real. Yeah, man. All the best to him. Don't
Appreciate it.
I mean, I ain't gonna tell you don't cry. If you gotta cry when you leave, it's cry, man.
Well, no doubt.
It's okay.
No
All
doubt.
right.
No doubt.
I wouldn't expect you not to shed a few.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, man. Um, Yeah, I ain't got nothing crazy, man. Everybody have a safe long weekend. Um, drink good, eat good, but not too much. Take care of
Right.
yourself. So, shout out again to Al. We love you.
Yeah.
We miss you.
What up? No doubt, Al. Love you, bro.
And yeah, man. So we'll talk to y'all next week, same time, same channel. Until then, defy life.
By life. Peace.
Peace.